Hi everyone, this is Leslie coming to you live on at our new time on the same day, Wednesday, but at our new time of 12 noon. While we wait for everyone to join us, want to just let you know that this is our new time and our new station, our same station, new time for episodes of Love Where You Live, Give Where You Love. I am Leslie Swan, and I am the principal of the Swan Team real estate group here in Mission Viejo, California, which is in Southern California, beautiful South Orange County. And today we are going to be discussing how stock values, our stocks and their values correlate and relate to home values, and how potentially stock drops or increases in the stock market, how that can impact the value of homes here in California. And of course, always want to go through a few little things first. Sometimes Facebook is nice, sometimes it's not so nice. I don't always know if someone is watching, so if you can be sure to leave a quick hi or a happy holidays or Feliz Navidad, whatever you want to say, to let me know that you are watching, that would be great. Of course, we always love thumbs up, hearts, wows, to anything that I am discussing or saying. So please feel free to communicate with me as much as possible. I'd love to hear from you and hear your input and your thoughts on everything. Again, my name is Leslie Swan, and I am the principal here at the Swan Team, a real estate group in South Orange County. And I would like to share with you some ways that you can connect with us through different things you can subscribe to. So if you go to our Facebook page and you look left, you can see different options for things to subscribe to, including, but not limited to, the monthly housing report, which is more information than you could probably ever want or know, but you will get that emailed to you, so you can subscribe to receiving that. You can also subscribe to receive our blog posts as they are published on our website, what is our website? Our website is www.theswanteamoc.com. And to access the blog from the webpage, you simply click on the blog link that is up in the top right corner, and that will take you to our most recent blogs. So again, you can subscribe to receive those blogs as soon as they are published. You can also subscribe to receive our newsletters, which is a compilation of information that we have shared over the past month, including our blog posts and any of our Facebook Live videos, and any other new listings or information that we have going on. So you can certainly subscribe to that. And then lastly, we have our buyer and seller guidebooks, which are great pieces of information if you are thinking of either buying or selling. They provide you with step-by-step things that you can do to prepare yourself and your home for either selling or, again, preparing yourself for buying. So again, those are all things that you can subscribe to. And I always like to mention, love where you live, give where you love. Why is that the name of our episode? Why is that the motto here at the Swan Team? Well, it all started probably about 6-7 years ago when I was helping out at my kids' elementary school. Shout out to Castile Elementary here in Mission Viejo. And we were at a meeting and we were going through line items of the things that the PTA pays for. And I was flabbergasted by the fact that the PTA actually pays for one of the phone lines for the school, because it's something that the district doesn't provide. And if the district doesn't provide it, that means that most likely they're not getting enough funding from the state. So I thought, a way that I can give back to the community is to donate $500 to the school of your choice for every property that I help you sell or buy. Well, in the 4 years that we've been doing that, we've actually increased that to $1,000. So for every property that we help you buy or sell, we will donate $1,000 to the school of your choice. So again, it helps us love where we live and give where we love. And of course, we want you to love where you live and give where you love. So again, if you know of anyone that is thinking of buying or selling, please have them contact us, because we'd love to help them in any way, shape, or form. Our phone number is 949-444-1601. You can always reach us via email as well. That is info@theswanteamoc.com. And of course, you can direct message us here too on Facebook. We would love to chat with you and find out what's going on, and see how we can help you. Lastly, we love and are so grateful and thankful to all of the wonderful people that have referred friends and family to work with us. We could not be the success that we are without all of those wonderful referrals. So again, please keep them coming. Thank you so much. And again, as I mentioned, we will donate to those friends and family that you refer to us. We'll donate to the school program of their choice for every property we help them buy or sell. So definitely keep that in mind. And as I mentioned, we are going to go into the stock values and how that compares, contrasts with home values. And I know I've been getting a lot of questions recently about, ooh, the stock market is starting to drop. That means housing prices are going to go down, and oh my gosh, are we going to see 2008 again? And I read an interesting article actually in the Sunday Orange County Register in the real estate section, and I want to make sure that I say his name correctly because I want to reference him and give him credit. Jonathan Lansner is one of the contributors and editors at the Orange County Register in the real estate section, and he had a great article actually about the fact of, could the stock market and how we're seeing the drops that are happening right now. Again, drops, some people call them drops. I call them corrections, only because sometimes I think when things grow out of control or grow so much or so big that sometimes there needs to be a bit of a correction in order for them to establish where they're really supposed to be. Again, I can remember it being, I can't remember the year exactly, but probably around 2009 or so when, the stock market was down 11,000, 12,000, and people thought, oh my gosh, could it ever go back up again? And then sure enough, it's been up sky high. So I guess the first thing that I can share as a piece of advice is that remember that everything is a long game and not a short game. Owning stocks and, well, I can't speak to owning stocks, but I can speak to owning real estate in the sense of owning real estate should really be a long game. The idea of trying to own a home for just 2 years and make a huge profit, unless you're flipping, which that's a totally different story, but you're adding value to the home. Again, you should always look at a property as a long-term investment. And when you look over the course of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, 40 years, you see that the long-term investment and the profit and the sustainability of property and real estate is just such a great investment. So in this article, though, I want to reference some points that Mr. Lansner referenced, which I think were very poignant, and I think also can kind of eliminate some of that fear that people have right now that, oh no, the value of my home is going to drop, or oh no, I just bought a house and is it now going to lose value, or I need to wait to see if housing prices go down more. I have heard that from a lot of buyers, and one thing that I'd like to share with you is that one thing we do know, because the Fed has actually indicated that they are going to continue to increase the rates, not astronomically, but that they are going to definitely go up in 2019. So even hypothetically, if you paid $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 more for a house right now, and let's say hypothetically the value of the home dropped in May of next year, but interest rates went up and you had to get a higher interest rate. Over the long term of your loan, you would end up paying more because you were at a higher interest rate. So right now, interest rates are still super low, hovering under 5%. And so it's still an excellent time to buy this time of year, especially December. No one thinks to buy a home around Christmas time because everyone's thinking, oh, I need to focus on the holidays. But guess what? There's a lot of inventory. So it's a great time to buy. But again, going back to the article, and he actually was able to extrapolate data and analyze it, and data from the past 43 years, so from 1975 until now. And the one thing that he definitely found was that stock prices, and I'm going to quote this word because I like the word, stock prices gyrate more than home prices. And for example, or to convey that point even more, stock prices are roughly 50%, or stocks are roughly 50% more volatile than California housing values. That's huge. And again, when you think about your investment and your hard-earned money, where you want to put it, when it comes to the gamble, obviously stocks are more of a gamble than home values or real estate in California. Again, it just depends on how much risk you want to take and how much you have to invest. So, it's all relative, and it's all, personal perspective and what your personal goals are. But again, want to reiterate that stock prices are 50% more volatile than home values. And that's huge. Again, knowing that, if something's going to go like this, up and down, versus something that's going to maybe stay a little bit flatter and see an increase. And I hope you don't mind my lovely graphic there. Again, maybe you like volatility. Who knows? Again, any investment expert would probably say you're best off having all your eggs distributed into different baskets. But again, right now when we're looking at stock values dropping, does that mean home values are going to be dropping? And we don't see that as a prediction for 2019. We see them plateauing. And when we look at stocks in general, when we look at increases versus decreases, the best stock increase there ever was over a 12-month period was in 1983, and it was a 51% increase. Whereas in 2004, for home values, we saw a 28.5% increase over 12 months, which was the best. So again, you see that there's that higher percentage of increase in value. When it comes to the worst drops over a 12-month period, in 2009, stocks saw a 40% drop, whereas home values saw only a 23% drop. Now, of course, 23% is a lot, and no one liked losing that. But when you look too at the best versus worst, 28.5% as an increase over 12 months versus 23% as a decrease. I mean, if you owned your home between anytime 2003 to 2009, you should have still seen about a 5% increase in the value of your home. So, that's always something, again, to think of in the perspective of real estate value, and making sure that you think of it as a long-term investment and looking at what's smart way to maximize your profits and your value in your real estate. Hi, Liz. Thanks so much for joining today. And again, in the article, he was able to look back at a few other events that I think were very interesting. And I'm just going to kind of reference those quickly. So like in the winter of 1982, the stock market began to fall at about a 13.3% annual rate. And interest rates were at their highest. But California housing was only hurt modestly with below average gains in 1982, through 1985 with no visible collapse in the housing market. So again, there was this dip in the stock market, but housing values didn't see any decrease. And then in spring of 1988, stocks were off at about 10% of an annual rate after there was the stock crash in 1987. But California housing market and values actually ignored this and produced 8 consecutive quarters of 10% a year plus gains. So in fact, while the stock market was going down, housing prices were going up. Why could that be? Probably because people didn't want to have their money in stocks anymore. They wanted to have them in real estate. So again, the idea of, oh, the stocks are going down, that must mean housing values are going down. No, that's not the case. Do we see inventory increasing? Yes. Do we see demand dropping? Yes. Now, so does that make more of a level playing field for homes? Absolutely. Right now in Orange County, we are ever so slightly, for Orange County as a whole, we are in a buyer's market just by about 3 days. Here in Mission Viejo specifically, we're still in a neutral market where it's not a buyer or seller's market. So again, when it comes to buying and selling, you need to negotiate. You need to be realistic about your goals and your values and what the property is truly valued at. I mean, again, I can't say it enough to anyone who will ever listen to me. A house or a property is worth the price someone is willing to pay for it. And then, of course, you can always follow that up with, and what a bank is willing to appraise it for, or an appraiser is willing to appraise it for, and a bank is willing to agree to create a mortgage for that amount. So, looking for the home's true value and the market value is key when either looking to buy a house or sell a house. And again, that is where someone like me or Christy can really help you hone in and know exactly what the market value is in the area that you're either looking to buy or to sell. So having said all of that, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Again, 949-444-1601, or email us at info@theswanteamoc.com. Of course, feel free to direct message us here as well on Facebook. You can always follow us on Instagram, and you can also find all of these videos here on Facebook, but as well, you can find them on YouTube. So, as always, I like to remind you to continue to love where you live, give where you love, and be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 12 noon for our all-new episode of Love Where You Live, Give Where You Love. I'm Leslie Swan. Take care. Bye.